In the peaceful space of the morning, when the light glimmered through the doorframe, I accidentally discovered an old diary encapsulated in the silence of time, hidden on the bookshelf. The first written page, with its fading words, is the key to the past, taking me on a journey of reflection about myself. Who is the person who wrote these lines? And after so many years of change, who have I become? Socrates' words, "Know thyself," serve as a reminder, challenging each of us to face and learn deeply about ourselves. Although we often think we know ourselves, in reality only a few of us actually take the time to delve deep into the most intimate areas of our souls. This video is an invitation for you to explore the adventure of self-discovery, a journey that is not only full of challenges, but also brings invaluable spiritual values. This video invites you on an adventure of self-discovery, encouraging you to embark on a journey of introspection that transcends social expectations and masks. What will you discover about yourself? Today, let's find out together. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue this journey of self-discovery with us. Self-awareness is a continuous process, a challenging yet rewarding journey that leads us to a deep understanding of ourselves, thereby helping us face and overcome our feelings of self-awareness lost on the stage of life. Number 1. Clear identification. In the garden of our lives, toxic people are like weeds growing among the flowers. Whether intentionally or unintentionally, they deplete the nutrients, light, and space needed for precious flowers. Price our healthy and positive relationships to thrive. Identifying toxic people is about spotting weeds in your garden, a job that requires not only careful observation, but also a deep understanding of your surroundings. Weeds, similar to toxic people, may not be easy to identify at first. At first, they may look quite normal, even attractive. But over time, as they begin to expand and take up space, the toxicity begins to become apparent. They draw energy and life from positive relationships, leaving them weak and underdeveloped. Each of us is like a gardener, trying to care for and protect our mental space from harmful weeds. Toxic people, like powerful weeds, can grow from the smallest cracks in the protective fence, silently sapping the energy and vitality of the precious flowers in your garden, friend. To identify and prevent the invasion of these weeds, the first thing we need to do is learn how to recognize them. Noxious weeds often have recognizable characteristics, but are sometimes forgotten in the busy pace of life. Spreading negativity. Just like how toxic weeds spread pathogens, these people spread negativity, taking away your positive space and vitality. Monopolizing space. Vigorous weeds can quickly take over the space, light, and nutrients available to other plants. Toxic people similarly hijack your attention and energy, leaving little space for personal growth. Adapt and resist. Just as weeds adapt to any eradication method, toxic people also skillfully resist your efforts to set boundaries or stay away from them. Grow regardless. Weeds can grow in dry soil or unexpected places, just as toxic people can appear in any environment, from work to personal relationships. The process of identifying and dealing with toxic people is like the art of tending a garden, which is not just about removing weeds, but also about nurturing and protecting beloved flowers. Every step we take not only helps us protect our living space from negative elements, but also encourages the development of a healthy environment where happiness and prosperity can freely radiate brightly. It is a journey not only about self-preservation, but also about creating a meaningful and colorful life. Number 2. Keep your distance. In life, just as we exercise caution when exposed to dangerous or unstable terrain, keeping our distance from toxic people is an important strategy to protect ourselves and stay healthy. Sometimes, unnecessary contact with people carrying negative energy can cause mental and emotional fatigue, affecting our balance and inner peace. Keeping distance is not just about physical space, but also about limiting contact and interaction, especially in situations that do not bring positive value to your life. This is necessary to protect your energy and focus on more meaningful goals and relationships. The Stoic philosopher once said, "Don't give unsolicited advice. Never interfere in the affairs of others." This quote emphasizes the importance of respecting personal space and focusing on self-improvement instead of getting caught up in other people's unnecessary drama. When applied to keeping our distance from toxic people, it encourages us to live a life of self-control, where we carefully choose what is worthy of our time and energy. By keeping our distance, we not only avoid negative influences, but also create space for personal growth, foster healthy relationships, and pursue goals that are meaningful to us. Not only does this help us maintain inner peace, but it also encourages personal growth in a positive and supportive environment. Number 3. Determine boundaries. Have you ever felt like you were losing control in your relationships or like your personal space was being invaded? Setting boundaries is key not only to protecting yourself from unwanted influences, but also as a way to assert your self-respect and independence. Boundaries are not only invisible walls that protect our mental space, but also an expression of respect and understanding between people. Setting boundaries requires a deep self-understanding and the ability to communicate clearly and firmly. It is the process of recognizing that you have the right and obligation to yourself to establish how and to what extent others can approach you, both physically and mentally. This means you must be clear about what you feel comfortable and uncomfortable with, and not hesitate to express those feelings. Setting boundaries is not only an act of self-preservation, but also an important step in nurturing a healthy relationship. When you know your boundaries and respect the boundaries of others, you create a communication environment based on mutual respect and understanding. Not only will this help you feel safe and respected, but it will also encourage those around you to behave in the same way. Life is a constant journey of discovery and self-affirmation. In that journey, defining and maintaining boundaries is an essential step to ensure that you not only live each moment to the fullest, but also maintain peace and happiness in your relationship with yourself and with others around the world. When you begin to value your personal space, you not only find inner strength, but also open up the possibility of creating beautiful and lasting relationships. Number 4. Don't blame yourself. Have you ever felt responsible for negative situations? No, self-blame is a powerful principle that helps us recognize and protect ourselves from toxic influences. It emphasizes the importance of understanding that in many cases we cannot control everything around us, and it is not our fault. It's easy for us to blame ourselves for a painful situation, not realizing that at the moment things start and progress, no one has control over anything. This quote reminds us that seeking responsibility for every event is not only unfair, but also impossible. Instead, we should focus on controlling how we react and learning how to handle situations in a healthy way. Applying this principle not only helps us build self-esteem and self-esteem, but also allows us to continue on the path of personal development without being held back by the weight of the past. When you begin to view yourself and your situation fairly and kindly, you open up the possibility of accepting, learning, and overcoming difficulties, while creating a positive environment for yourself and others around you. Realizing and accepting that not everything is in our control is an important first step in learning to not blame ourselves. This not only helps us free ourselves from unnecessary burdens, but also encourages us towards a happier, more meaningful, and autonomous life. Number 5. Practice patience. Slow down, be patient with everything, but first with yourself. A Stoic philosopher once said so, emphasizing the importance of patience not only with the world around, but also with oneself. This quote resonates strongly with the practice of patience, especially when we are faced with toxic people in our lives. Practicing patience not only helps us remain calm in the face of challenges, but is also how we learn to accept and face life's imperfections with equanimity. This requires self-control and a deep understanding that we cannot always control every factor around us, but we can always control how we react to them. Practicing patience in dealing with toxic people is not only a lesson in self-control, but also a strategy for protecting mental health and creating a more peaceful life. When we learn to slow down, as Seneca taught, we open up the opportunity to think more clearly, evaluate the situation objectively, and make the right decisions for ourselves. Patience is not about giving up or surrendering, but about acceptance and a deep understanding of life and people. It helps us perceive life in a fuller and richer way, opening a path to inner peace and lasting happiness. Always remember, the key to every problem is patience. We are halfway through today's lesson. Your presence is a great source of encouragement for us in our journey of bringing the true values of Stoic philosophy to more people. So please like and share this video to share these lessons with your relatives and friends. Or leave a comment, "I appreciate my life," if you are ready for the journey with the next 6 lessons. Number 6. Seek support. When faced with situations or people that can weigh us down, seeking support from others is not only a wise decision, but also an essential step to help us get through it. Difficulties, but also find strength and inner peace. Take Anna, for example. She, like any of us, sometimes finds herself surrounded by negative situations at work. Instead of struggling alone, Anna decided to open her heart and seek support from friends and then a psychologist. This decision not only brought Anna comfort and understanding, but also opened up a new approach to the problem, transforming challenges into opportunities for personal development. We are made to cooperate, just as the legs, arms, eyelids, or lower row of the jaw, upper and lower, cooperate to enable chewing. Through that, Anna realized that in any situation, cooperation and seeking support not only helps solve problems effectively, but is also an essential nature of human life. Anna's story emphasizes that, in a world full of challenges, seeking and accepting support from those around us not only helps us overcome difficulties, but also reminds us of the importance of trust, empathy, connection, and cooperation. Support and companionship from others are valuable resources, helping us not only face and overcome storms, but also grow stronger through each experience. Number 7. Choose how to react. In life, we are often faced with events that are beyond our control, sending us into a spiral of emotions and reactions. However, Stoic philosophy offers an insightful perspective on choosing how to react, emphasizing the power in our hands to control not events, but how we choose to react to them. As Epictetus, one of the great thinkers of Stoicism, pointed out, it's not the things that happen that bother you, but the way you think about them and you have the power to change that thought right now. This affirms that while we cannot control everything that happens, we always have the ability to decide how to receive and approach them positively and consistently. It is in difficulties and challenges that, through applying the principle of choose how to respond, we find not only freedom and inner peace, but also the path to a happy and meaningful. Life is not about finding shelter from the wind, but about learning to build sails. Through this advice, we are reminded that learning how to face and overcome difficulties not only helps us develop ourselves, but also creates positive change in the environment around us. Deciding how we choose to react is not only a necessary life skill to defend ourselves against the storms of everyday life, but also a means for us to grow and expand ourselves. It allows us to approach each challenge not with fear or avoidance, but with a positive attitude, ready to learn and grow from it. The lessons learned from the flexible application of this principle not only help us maturely control our emotions and reactions, but also encourage us to live fully and meaningfully, creating harmony, positive change in your life and the lives of those around you. Number 8. Remind yourself about your personal values. In the confrontation with toxic people, reminding yourself of your personal values becomes an invisible but extremely powerful shield, helping to protect our soul and spirit. When caught up in a spiral of negativity and judgment, it's easy to forget who we are, our values, and the inner strength we possess. This is the time to remember that, although you may be swayed by the words and actions of others, your true nature and values do not change. Take a moment every day to reflect on your accomplishments, positive traits, and valuable lessons you've learned through each experience. This not only helps you reaffirm your self-worth, but also creates a source of positive energy, helping you stand firm against anyone who tries to pull you down. Reminding yourself of your personal values is also a way for you to view every situation more clearly and objectively without being overwhelmed by negative emotions. When you understand yourself and your worth, you will no longer feel the need to prove or justify yourself to anyone else. You begin to learn how to face and handle every situation calmly and confidently, thereby making the best decisions for yourself, regardless of what toxic people around you say or do. Remember, you are a unique individual with unique qualities and abilities. Reminding yourself of your personal values is not only a means of self-defense in everyday life, but also the key to opening the door to happiness and success, no matter what kind of people you are dealing with. Keep your faith and be proud of yourself, because that is the strongest foundation for you to develop and shine. Number 9. Practice tolerance. Don't listen to those who say we should be angry with our enemies and believe that this is great and admirable. Nothing is more worthy of praise, nothing more clearly demonstrates a great and noble soul than tolerance and willingness to forgive. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, once emphasized the power of tolerance through the advice, "Be as kind as possible to people and tell yourself that their behavior does not affect you." This advice not only reflects a philosophy of life, but also emphasizes our choice to receive and respond to situations, even though they may not always be positive. Stoic philosophy gives us the view that each of us has ultimate power over our emotions and reactions, even in the context of dealing with toxic people. Negativity can easily spread and affect us, but when we practice tolerance, we not only create a strong layer of protection for ourselves from negative influences, but also discover the possibility of personal growth and learn about patience, acceptance, and a deeper understanding of human nature. Practicing tolerance is not limited to accepting the existence of toxic behavior without reacting. It is also about recognizing and understanding the root causes of those behaviors and then choosing a response that not only protects us from negativity, but also opens up the possibility of reconciliation and even transformation. Change the environment around us in a positive direction. Through tolerance, we learn how to approach each situation with a generous and compassionate mind, while keeping our souls unaffected by negativity, maintaining steadfastness and inner peace heart. When we practice tolerance in every interaction, we not only help ourselves avoid negative impacts, but also become a source of inspiration for others, creating positive waves that spread throughout the community. This is not only a miracle to help us overcome difficulties, but also an opportunity to develop ourselves and learn from each experience and each person we are. Number 10. Focus on solutions, not problems. In a world where turmoil and conflict are frequent, finding solutions is a true art. It requires not only patience and creativity, but also courage to face unforeseen challenges. But that is where our true strength is demonstrated. When we decide to focus on solutions, we not only make ourselves stronger in every situation, but also become a source of encouragement and mutual support for those around us. For where is the real Stoic arena, if not in facing difficulties and turning them into opportunities for growth and maturity? Remember, in this volatile world, real power is not about controlling what happens, but about deciding how we react. Focus on solutions, not problems, is not only a means to overcome toxic people, but also a way of life, a philosophy that shapes our lives. And remember, in the Stoic world, strength comes not only from toughness and patience, but also from the ability to accept and find solutions in every situation. Be the one who goes first, who leads with clarity and a mixture of strength and gentleness. Be a strong Stoic, but also a benevolent Stoic, willing to rise up and help others in the most difficult times. Number 11. Self-recognition and self-reward. According to Stoic philosophy, self-recognition and self-reward are an integral part of dealing with toxic people. First, we need to recognize and understand ourselves. This not only helps us recognize our own strengths and weaknesses, but also helps us better understand how we react to difficult situations. By recognizing our own efforts, we build a solid foundation of self-confidence and mental stability. This helps us maintain optimism and be ready to face challenges more strongly. In addition, rewarding yourself is also an important means to maintain balance and motivate yourself when dealing with toxic people. By recognizing and rewarding small achievements in our daily lives, we create a positive environment for our minds and spirit. This helps us maintain optimism and be more willing to face difficult situations in a stronger way. All in all, self-recognition and self-rewards are not only a way to maintain mental health, but are also important means of building self-confidence and mental stability. By recognizing our own efforts, we build a solid foundation for growth and success in all areas of life. Before we end, let us think about what we have learned from this topic. Dealing with toxic people isn't just about handling the situation at hand. It's also about developing an insight and understanding of yourself and others. We have been on a profound journey on how to deal with toxic people, and in that journey, Stoic philosophy has played an important role. As we have seen, Stoicism is not only a method of solving problems, but also a philosophy of life, helping us create meaning and consciousness in life. We cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we react. We should not let toxic people affect our spirit. Instead, we should focus on the things we can control, like kindness, patience, and consistency in performing ethical actions. With Stoic philosophy, we can realize that dealing with toxic people is not just about protecting ourselves, but also about taking ethical actions and living a meaningful life and consciousness. Thank you for taking the time to join and learn with us in this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss other useful content from our channel. Continue to apply the Stoic philosophy to your daily life and become the best version of yourself. Wishing you a day filled with strength and confidence.